Today on That's Juan, it's a Tuesday of hot topics. A nor'easter blew through the East Coast this past weekend. Are Ivanka and Jared on their way out of the White House? What President Trump has ordered his chief of staff to do? All that and more today on That's Juan. So let's get started. Welcome everybody to That's Juan. It is Tuesday, March 3rd. Today is Tuesday, March 6th, 2018. Yes, and let's get right into it. Today is a day of hot topics.
It is but water!
You know, every week I stand up. Today I'm sitting down, big difference. And I usually talk about one topic. But today I decided to do a little different. There are all these shows that have these panelists that give their opinions. You know, there's The View, there's The Talk, there's The Real, there's Good Morning America, there's Today, there's all those shows on CNN and on Fox News and on MSNBC. So I decided to join in the ranks, and you're watching the first That's Juan panel with just Juan. A lot happened last week. And you know, emotions are still high from the shooting in Parkland, Florida, where 17 students and teachers were unfortunately killed by a crazy lunatic. And it has sparked this debate of gun control and gun rights. And last week the president, if you want to call him that, had a meeting with lawmakers where he said to take the guns first and due process second, going against everything that the Second Amendment supporters believe in, including the NRA. Take a look.
Because a lot of times by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in Florida. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
A couple of weeks ago, I wanted to be the one to take your guns. And you know, I still do. But this is surprising from the president. And it's weird because then a couple days later, he said that he had a great meeting with the NRA, and the NRA says that Trump doesn't want any gun control. So what is it? Where exactly do you stand on this issue? Do you want gun control? Do you want to take the guns away? Do you want to raise the age? What is it? Because you're just stringing us along, and that's, I think, the worst off. Because at least with me, you know where I stand. You know that I believe that, you know, we shouldn't have guns, especially anyone under 25 should not have guns. If I cannot get insurance for my car until I'm 25, that's the same time that I should be able to buy a gun, because I am mentally mature enough at that age, allegedly. While I'm like, okay, go ahead, take all the guns away, you know, fine by me. My problem isn't the whole due process later, or, you know, with the NRA or whatever. My problem is the flippity floppity flop 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 that is this guy. I don't know where this is gonna go. What do you guys think? Where do you think he stands on the gun control issue? Do you think he has an opinion at all? This isn't coffee. I wonder what everyone in the show has. They gave me water, and I asked my producer to get me coffee. I am my own producer, but you know. Sticking to the flip-flop president, it is come out reported that he has asked his chief of staff, John Kelly, to oust, you know, because everyone's dropping like flies around here. But this time, the target is his own daughter, Ivanka and Jared. I was waiting for that. I thought it was gonna take a little longer for him to start turning on his daughter. He already hates Tiffany. Poor Tiffany. She has no, we shouldn't attack her. You know, she's just living, you know, we should let her be. The other three though, however, you know, by all means. Am I surprised? No, I knew eventually he was gonna turn on his daughter. Do you think he can actually get away with it? Will he kick his daughter and Jared Kushner out of Washington, D.C., out of his administration? I mean, it has surfaced now that we know that Jared Kushner, Robert Mueller is really looking into Jared Kushner's foreign ties and his businesses and how much influence that has had on the policies that have been put in place by this guy. But now it has come out that the FBI is also investigating Ivanka Trump's businesses. So, are they doing more harm than good by being there? Let me know. I personally think that Trump himself is doing more harm than good there. So I think we should wipe it all out, act like this election never existed, and do a new one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I kind of like this setup though. I'm feeling this. Maybe we should do this more often, you know. Dick's Sporting Goods, LL Bean, Walmart are some of the stores that have announced that they will only sell some type of guns to, or all types of guns to anyone over 21. They won't sell anyone to under 21. They won't sell to minors anymore, which is great. But this goes against the NRA, and you know, social media has been a buzz. Don't get me wrong, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, and all these stores, they're still selling guns. But they're doing something that they can do. So there's been a lot of backlash towards the NRA. Delta, Hertz, a couple banks, and then there's a number of businesses have cut ties with the NRA recently. NRA, stuff it. No care. We'll be right back. All right, there's no commercials. So, I talked a lot about politics today. February was Black History Month, and all of February, every Tuesday in February, I have been highlighting an African American woman who has contributed a lot to society. Last week we did Whoopi Goldberg, the week before we did Hattie McDaniel. March being Women's History Month, I felt that we should continue this tradition. And so I'm going to continue highlighting more Black women. This week's is time for Mary M. Daly. And she was the first Black woman to receive her PhD in chemistry in the United States. Let's meet Miss Mary M. Daly. Mary M. Daly was born on April 16, 1921 in Queens, New York. Daly graduated from Hunter College High School, an all-girls institution in New York City. Daly attended Queens College in Flushing, New York, choosing to live at home in order to save money. Daly graduated with honors in 1942, and to get around the fact that she didn't have much money for graduate school, she landed work as a lab assistant in her old college, and as well as a hard-earned fellowship. With that, she was able to cover the cost of getting a graduate degree in chemistry from New York University. Daly didn't waste any time in completing her studies. She finished her master's degree in just a year, and then in 1944 enrolled at Columbia University as a doctoral student. Fascinated by the human body's complicated inner workings, Daly landed a grant in 1948 from the American Cancer Society. This was the start of a 7-year research program at the Rockefeller Institute of Medicine, where Daly examined how proteins are constructed in the body. Daly retired from the Albert Einstein College in 1986. Mary M. Daly died in New York City on October 28, 2003. So see, there you go, more to aspire to. So anyone who is a fan of scientists or science, chemistry, remember, follow your dreams no matter what your skin color is, no matter what your background is, no matter if you're rich or poor. So thank you, Miss Mary M. Daly. I also need a co-host, so if anybody wants to co-host, some time to do this, feel free to hit me up. DM me, slide in my DM, send me an email, hit me up on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, I'm everywhere. And but make sure you subscribe first. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm happy to debate anybody. So even if you're a Republican and you want to come on the show, by all means. And thank you for watching, and I really enjoyed this. Maybe next time I'll have some more topics that aren't so much about politics. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and come back next week, maybe here again, for more here on That's Juan. I'm Juan, and I'll see you guys next week.